participate actively. All right, thank you. If you go to files, you click on files, term 2 folders, then term 2 week 3, you would see lesson 1 to 2. Please click on lesson 1 to 2 and download this document, news report. Okay. All right, thank you guys for joining us. We now start this lesson. Previously, we looked into this that you're seeing on my screen, news reports and feature articles. Okay, let's see what we want to achieve by the end of today's lesson. Now, by the end of today's lesson, we're meant to review the previous lesson on news reports and feature articles. So you get to remind us what we learned previously concerning these terms that I earlier mentioned. And then the next objective is to evaluate performance in written articles. Should I say, unfortunately, students in other sets submitted their responses to me, and that is what we are to evaluate. You guys are yet to submit anything to me. I've ended it. I've ended it.
Yeah, I'm having issues with my channel. Hold on.
Observation.
Allow my students to enter.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, so we're to evaluate the performance of those students in written articles. All right, to take us further, we'd like to see something very quickly. Please, you're meant to go to files and download scanned pages of Collins textbook in your folder. Okay, thank you so much. Let's see this video.
Good afternoon, reporters. You okay, Casey?
Not after another school lunch of beef jerky or Reno.
Thanks, JT. Ready to start writing feature articles?
What's a feature article, Mr. E?
A feature is about something real, but it's not just dry facts. It tells the story from a unique angle. It makes you laugh. It makes you cry. It makes you think. Today, you'll pick a topic for your feature. It helps to start with something you're an expert at.
I'm the expert at baseball statistics.
Baseball statistics are gonna make you cry?
Yeah, if your team is losing.
That's a good human interest angle, JT.
Greasy school lunches are making me sick.
That's a good topic, Casey. You're an expert on that subject. What else are you an expert at, JT?
Music and my MP3 player.
You'll need to find an angle to grab your reader.
It'd be easier if I got my player back.
After school, JT. You know, those things can be distracting.
Maybe that's my angle.
Maybe. Okay, reporters, which topics do you want to investigate for your feature?
All right, thank you for watching this very short video. Let me quickly admit some people in Mrs. Okpara's set, because from what I gathered, she has issues. So let me invite some of them. Olabile could join us, and okay, I'm calling them. All right, let me just ask, Kolapo, what did you pick from the video that you just saw? Did you pick anything relating to feature articles?
Excuse us, I didn't always said.
What did you pick from the video? Okay, some other person. Peter, did you pick anything from the video?
Yes, sir.
So what did you pick? Could you please share with us?
No, sir, I couldn't hear the video properly. It was distorted. I think it's because of the Wi-Fi.
Okay,
Yeah,
I get
because
it.
because over here showing poor internet network.
Okay, thank you so much. I understand. All right. Very quickly, let me see if I can invite some other person. Lincoln, thank you for joining us. All right. Okay. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, was it?
I can't really hear you.
You can hear me. Just listen. I guess it's your network. Okay, so mute yourself, please. All right, thank you so much. We go into what we have now. We've seen the video already on feature article. And from what I picked, the man in the video said something that a feature article tells the story from a unique angle. That was what the man said. A feature article tells the story from a unique angle. So, having seen the objectives of the lesson, let's now look at the first objective, and that is to review the previous lesson. Okay, remember that previously we read two texts: the mountain goat case hiker, first catch your feral kitten, then call in the experts. Okay, so let's now review what we did previously. Now, going by definition, how would you define a feature, a news report and a feature article? How would you do this? So I call on uh, Lekon to help us to do this. Lekon, could you please help to define a news report based on what we did previously? Thank you.
Um, News was basically information about a recent or specific incident.
Okay. Information given about a particular incident. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for that. What about the feature article? What would you say about it? You still have the floor, Lekon. A feature article. What would you say about it?
It's basically analysis or investigation on a certain topic.
Okay, if you were asked the difference, the main difference between a news report and a feature article, what would you say?
Reports are usually shorter with shorter paragraphs, and they have more factual information and are usually third person. But feature articles are longer. They have opinions from the author, and they're usually first person.
Oh, thank you so much for that. From what you just said, we can get this. You mentioned that in a news report, okay, you have more of the third person used, okay, whereas in a feature article, you have the first person being used. Okay, thank you so much for that working definition and the difference between the two concepts. All right, let's now go to the next. Now, going by what Lekon has given to us, a news story, okay, a news story reports the facts about an event. And then a feature story explains the significance of an event. And from what he also gave to us, you discover that a feature article goes into investigations, analysis of things, okay? And in the video we saw, the man said it tells the story from a unique angle. So you write from your own perspective. That is what is required. Okay, the next thing we need to do is to identify the form of writing to which these titles belong. So let's take it one after the other. Okay, remember that in our previous lesson, we tried to differentiate the titles that you get to see under news reports and the ones you get to see under feature articles. So now I'm gonna call on one of you to help us to do this. Let Nkwoji unmute himself. Nkwoji Michael, please unmute yourself. Okay, you have this title on my screen: 5 students pass up scholarship. Now, does this fall under a feature article or a news report? Michael, please
Yes.
speak.
Yes. Oh.
News report. Okay, 5 students pass up a scholarship. Now, Michael, why is it not under a feature article? Why can't we place it under a feature article?
Because I think it's because they have already like gone through the scholarship and they want to like give them they want to give a what like they want to explain what they have done as well like taking the scholarship for the exam for the school.
Okay, they want to actually explain. Do you understand the meaning of pass up?
Or what?
Pass up. Do you understand the meaning of pass up?
No.
Okay, it's like losing an opportunity. Okay, failing to seize an opportunity to get something or to do something. Okay, Lekon, do you agree with him that 5 students pass up a scholarship falls under a news report?
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. Now let's see the next title. This is the next title. How to get straight A's in SAT. Lekon, where does this one fall? Is it a news report or a feature article?
Feature article.
A feature article. Could you please explain to everyone why this one should fall under a feature article?
The title is it seems like the author's gonna explain something from his own perspective or use his own opinions in it, which is
I like that.
of a feature article.
I like that. So you said that it seems the person, the writer, would explain in details, okay, from his own perspective. And what you've just said is, in consonance with what that man said in the video. Thank you so much for that. Let's see the next one. Landslide claims 200 lives. I call on Kolapo to please tell us where this one should fall, under a news report or a feature article. Kolapo, you have the floor, please.
Which one?
Number 3, just follow us. Landslide claims 200 lives.
Oh, I think that should be in news reports.
In news report. Now, why can't it be under a feature article? You must explain, you should be able to explain the reason it should fall under a news report. So why can't it fall under a feature article?
Because landslide claims 200 lives is very newsworthy.
Very what?
Newsworthy.
Oh, guy, thumbs up for that. Thank you for that. Okay, he said something very important. He said that landslide claims 200 lives is newsworthy. I like that. Thank you. It means you actually read something on reports, maybe on the paper, to have seen that particular word. Thank you so much for that. Okay, I like that. I like that. So landslide claims 200 lives is newsworthy according to Kolapo. All right. Let's see, Kolapo, let's see this. Why winter is the worst season? What would you say about this? Where should it fall under? A news report or a feature article? Kolapo, you still have the floor, please. Are you still there? Okay, some other person?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
I'm here.
Yes. Why winter is the worst season?
Yes, what did you say?
Hello, look at my screen. Number 4. Why winter is the worst season? Where does this one fall under?
I think
you think it is what? Okay, we don't have so much time, so let me invite Peter. Peter, could you please help us with this? Where should that one fall under? Peter? Okay, not responding. Let me call on some other person. Mofe, could you please help us with number 4? Please unmute yourself. Hello, Mofe. Okay.
So are you calling me?
Toby, I called you earlier. Please respond to number 4.
Oh,
where does it fall under? Why winter is the worst season?
So you said I should respond to what?
Oh, Toby, please. You need to follow us now, please. Don't take us backwards.
So I'm
okay?
trying.
Hello, just follow us. We're trying to categorize titles, okay, to place them where they should be. And we've done the first three. I now ask a question regarding the fourth one, which you can see on my screen here. Why winter is the worst season? Is this a news report or is this pointing to a feature article? Can you please answer now? Okay, no response. So let's call on.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry if you know you're not following. Are you ready to respond now?
Sir, yes, sir.
It's what? Okay, don't worry about that, please. Lekon, could you please help us? Please, if you want to respond, just click on raise your hand button and I will give you the floor. Okay, so number 4, Lekon.
Feature article.
Feature article. Why is it pointing to a feature article?
It's kind of similar to the second title. It includes the title is put in a way where he's probably going to talk about his own experiences and use his own logic and reasoning for why winter is the worst season.
I like that. I like that. Thank you so much for that. Okay, let me know if Cheesy can hear me. Cheesy, could you please tell us where the 5th title headline should fall under? Okay, no response. Lekon, please take the last one. Let's move on. Dogs, the truth uncovered.
Feature article.
Feature article. Okay, so I believe that with what we have done here, okay, those of you who were present during the previous lesson we had, previous class, and those of you who are here, if you've actually been following, you should now understand clearly the main difference between a news report and a feature article. Okay, now there are questions to ask, okay, to know how that you actually arrived at your answer, your response. And the first one is this. Looking at what we had seen earlier, is there a link between declarative sentences and news reports and interrogative sentences and feature articles here? So we go back. Please take note of this. Is there a link between declarative sentences and news reports and interrogative sentences and feature articles? Who would help us to explain this? Basi Christopher, could you please unmute yourself? Basi? Thank you.
Sir.
Now, the question is this. Look at these 5 headlines that we have and look at the way they have been constructed. And I believe that you still understand what a declarative sentence is and what an interrogative sentence is. Now, the question is this. Is there a link between news reports and declarative sentences, and on the other hand, feature articles and interrogative sentences, based on what you're seeing on my screen?
I can't see your screen.
Ouch. It is showing. It is actually showing. Okay, maybe it's the network issues you have. No problem, okay?
Yes.
Thank you so much for,
Yes.
I get it. Thanks. Okay, let's hear from some other person. Please, if you want to speak, Jasmine, would you like to speak? Thank you for your submissions. I saw them. Would you like to speak? Okay, no response from him. Chuku Raphael, what about you? Would you like to speak? It wouldn't be good if only. Okay. Chuku Raphael, did you get the question? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Now, do you know what a declarative sentence is?
No.
Okay. Lekon, could you please remind us what a declarative sentence is?
They're usually sentences where the person who wrote it is stating something rather than
Okay.
asking a question or answering a question.
Thank you so much for that. A declarative sentence states something, makes a statement. Now, Chukwu Raphael, look at the first headline. 5 students pass up a scholarship. Does this ask a question?
No.
Secondly, does it give an order like get out?
No.
No, thank you. Which other one can I use? Does it express surprise or wonder, like what a beautiful house? Does it do that?
No, it doesn't.
Thank you. So if it doesn't do any of the three that I mentioned, then it is a declarative sentence because it is just making a statement, stating something. Is it clear to you now?
Yes.
And I believe you understand what an interrogative sentence is. Do you understand what it means?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, 5 students pass up a scholarship. Is it declarative or interrogative?
Declarative.
Declarative. Thank you. Now, we have established the fact that the first headline falls under a news report. The second one falls under a feature article. The third one falls under a news report. The fourth one falls under a feature article. And the fifth one falls under a feature article. Now, look at these titles again, these headlines. The question now is this: is there a link between declarative sentences and news reports? That's the question.
Link?
Is there a link between declarative sentences and news reports? Is there a link between two of them?
Yes.
How do you mean?
There's a link because when the ones that are news reports are also declarative sentences.
Okay, thank you. Now, is there a link between an interrogative sentence and feature articles?
Yes. Because
Okay.
interrogative sentences ask questions.
They ask questions. Do they only ask questions? What else do they do? Is it
No.
difficult? Just think about it a little. Okay. What do feature articles do? If they ask questions, what else do they do? Do they just stop at asking questions? What is that thing that differentiates them from news reports? So give it a think a little. Just give it a think. Okay. The rest of you, please give this a think. Think about it a little. From the foregoing, we've mentioned differences between the two terms. Okay. Now, if there is a link between declarative and news reports and then interrogative and feature article, beyond asking questions, what else does the feature article do, which we don't see finding expression in news reports? Think about it. Are you ready now?
Me?
Yes. Are you ready now?
I can try.
Okay, try.
Picture articles are used to tell opinions and facts. That's what they do.
Okay. So it expresses the opinion, the perspective, okay, of writers. Thank you so much for that. Lekan, let me know if you have something to say to that regarding the links that we have. Lekan, you there?
Could you repeat what you said, sir?
Yes. I believe you listened to Chuku Raphael. So what else do you have to add to the links? What else do you have to say regarding the links that we have?
I'm not sure.
Okay, you're not sure. So beyond asking questions for the feature articles, beyond asking questions, do they do any other thing?
They usually expand on the topic.
Explain the topic. Okay, what else?
They explain the event's importance. They analyze it. They investigate it. They
I
talk
like
more
it.
descriptively as well.
I like that. They go into analysis and investigations. And would you agree that news feature articles are much more scientific? Would you
Yes.
agree? Thank you so much for that. Now, going by what was seen, is it safe to conclude that all headlines of feature articles are always interrogative? Would it be safe to conclude that? Conclude that way?
Yeah, most of them.
All of them or most of them?
I'd say most.
Okay, you would say most. All right, thank you so much for that. You see, the whole essence of this is to establish the fact that there is a difference between a news report and a feature article. And you can actually, from the headlines of each of them, identify which is which. That is the whole essence of this lesson. And beyond that, do you think, Lekon, that this lesson is actually relevant to you as a person? Does it have any relevance to you?
Yes.
In what way, please?
Sometimes when I'm writing, I get to choose if I want to write in more of a report like way or a feature article way, depending on the expectations from the teacher.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Now, before this lesson, did you know the difference between a news report and a feature article?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Okay, let me hear from Chukurafe. Chukurafe, before this lesson, did you know the difference between a news report and a feature article?
No.
No. So thank God for this lesson, that this lesson is relevant and we can apply it. Okay, thank you so much for being part of this. I so much appreciate it that you guys are contributing. Okay, that is for the question that we have here. We've already seen this. Okay, so let's now go into this. Already you have this in your folder. I'm not gonna go into them one after the other. The timings are different. The timings you see, okay, are different for them. Then the contents are different. Okay, so in news reports you get to see, even in the first paragraph, the who, the 5 W's that we mentioned in the previous lesson. But this other one is just a human interest story, okay, about a person, event, or place. And usually you have the writers telling the story from a unique angle. Then the structure, as we also saw, a news report has a different structures, and it has the inverted pyramid, because if you check newspapers, okay, where you have news reports, the very first paragraph, it summarizes what the entire report is about, and then it then goes into details. Other paragraphs present details, and you could have experts opinion, what experts have to say, okay, what witnesses and even anonymous ones have to say regarding whatever incident occurred. Do you understand? So please go refer to that Collins, the scanned pages of Collins textbook, and you see all of this. Then regarding the length, Lincoln said something about the length compared to feature articles, because okay, let me ask you this question. Michael Nkwoji, please unmute yourself. Have you ever seen a newspaper before? Have you read a newspaper before?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, have you ever been able to actually place the headlines you see, okay, in proper places? Like, okay, this one is a news report by a journalist, and then this one is a column written by a person expressing his views. Have you ever seen that? Have you?
Yes.
Okay. If you guys can access a newspaper, if you turn to the last page of the newspaper you're reading, you see that it is always written by an individual. It's a column written by somebody expressing his own views about any.
Yes.
Pardon? Who is speaking, please? Mute yourself. Mute yourself. So you get to see at the back on the last page, okay, you get to see what the views of a particular writer. Maybe somebody who is concerned about what is happening in Nigeria and would just say, oh, regarding the appointments, made by Buhari, or the appointments by Joe Biden. Okay, so you express your views. When you see that person expressing his views on such appointments, you consider such a feature article. Do you understand? All right, thank you so much. So objective 2, we've seen the first objective. We reviewed the previous lesson. Now this one says for us to evaluate our performance, and we're given this task to do. Unfortunately, people in my set did not even respond to this. They are yet to do that. Please, you still have till today, till 9 p.m. to submit. Now, you were told to write your own feature article about animals that are not normally seen as problematic, or which can cause issues or be dangerous. First bullet, use some of the ideas or facts from the goat report and feral cat article. Then give a clear viewpoint, whether you think all animals should be treated as wild or dangerous. Now, I got 3 submissions from Lekon, Jegede, and Kuponi. Okay, so let's evaluate our response. And the way we do this is to go to one of them. And very quickly, I would like for one of you to read out. Let's see Jegede's own before we see Lekon's own. So I'll call on somebody to read out this. Please, Michael, unmute yourself, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now look at the title given to us by Jegede Omowonola. Based on this title, do you think this is a news report or a feature article?
A feature article.
Why?
No, no. Oh, I think
No.
it's a new. I think it's a news report.
Why is it a news report? Docs, the
Because
truth uncovered. So why is it a news report?
I think it's a news report because it's talking about.
Okay.
It's like, it's like I think a crime happened or something bad happened. Then they are trying to like she's trying to say what actually happened. In
Okay.
like at that point in time.
Well, you have given us that, but don't you think that given what we saw in the video, where the man told us that a feature article tells the story from a unique angle, and then we have also established there, based on what you guys said, that a feature article investigates, okay, goes into analysis, okay? Do you still think that this headline we have here falls under a news report?
No.
No. Why did you change your mind and your
Because
answer?
it was you can have because now I think it's like she's having different point of view on the future
Okay.
of the world.
Okay, so she is writing from her own perspective. Thank you so much. Now, please help us to read out this feature article.
The dogs, the truth uncovered. As an old adage says, looks can be deceiving, and this is mostly true about dogs. Dogs come in different colors, shapes, and sizes. The smallest dog could most times be dangerous, and the bigger dogs are sometimes harmless. For example, chiw, chihuahuas, dachshunds, cocker spaniels, jack russells, and many other small dogs seem harmless but are quite dangerous. Great Danes, Bernese Mountain Dogs, Newfoundlands, Irish Wolfhounds, and many others seem dangerous but are really friendly. A 3-year-old boy was killed by their neighbor's pit bull on a Monday in Hanover Park, Illinois, and no one knew because the boy was mute. In the past, the dog was known for protection and playing with the boy, but the dog was seen shockingly biting the boy's neck, and when the rescuers attempted to help the boy, the dog attacked them too. Pit bulls are one of the most dangerous dogs, and they make only 6% of the dog population, but they are responsible for 68 of the dog attack and 52 of deaths caused by dogs since 1982. This muscular dog has powerful jaws and teeth, so it's able to bite through almost anything. It it lives between 12 to 14 dog years, which is 69 to 78 human years. Between 2005 and 2017, dogs killed 433 people, and and pit and pit bulls contributed to 66%, which is 284 of the of deaths. Pit bulls have been banned in most countries because of this behavior. As shown above, small dogs are perceived as harmless while they are not, and vice versa about big dogs. Vice,
Be careful.
be
Be careful.
careful so you are not deceived, and not all small dogs are dangerous, and not all big dogs are calm, as I have seen.
Okay, now, in this feature article, do you think that Omowonola Jegede wrote from her perspective?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so are you trying to tell us that there is a clear viewpoint here?
Mm, I won't say from our perspective, I'll say from like research.
Okay, based on research. But let's see. Okay, in the last paragraph, she said, as shown above. Yes, she went into research and she got all of these statistics. Now, but she said, as shown above, small dogs are perceived as harmless. Why they are not? Then she then said, okay, be careful. Her advice: be careful so you are not deceived, and not all small dogs are dangerous. Okay, as I have seen. So do you agree that in the last paragraph she tried to chip in her viewpoint? Do you
Yes,
agree?
yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, would you say that would you conclude that Omowonola Jegede wrote in line with the instruction here on my screen?
Mm, yes.
What about the first
Yeah.
bullet? The
She
first
used
bullet.
she, she used some facts like the 68%, 66 of pit bull dogs are killing
Fine,
people.
but sorry, did she use any fact from the goat report and the feral cat article? Did she?
No.
No. Okay. Now that goes to say that you should be careful when you're writing. You must tailor your response after whatever instruction you're given in the examination. Remember, we're preparing you guys for the IGCS exam, and you could be told to write a news report or a feature article based on the bullets given to you. So please don't stray, don't deviate. Ensure that you follow all the bullets. Okay. Now, based on my comment here, I say thanks, Wonola, for well crafting this investigative and analytical feature. Apparently, you have got the hang of feature articles. Now, strengths. You have an appropriate headline, fine, which is fitting. There is a clear structure, there is a clear viewpoint. You clearly understand the difference between the feature article and the news report. It's the reason there is no mix here. Now, the weakness is in this feature. You fail to link your response to the texts read in the class. Please follow instructions. You ought to have thoroughly edited your work. The reason for the, letters and words highlighted in red, and then punctuate effectively. On the content, she got 4 because she did not follow the first bullet. Then text structure 5, good. Introduction and conclusion, body conclusion. Sentence structure 5, and then punctuation 1, spelling 3, 18 out of 25. Very good. Okay, she actually tried, but it just for her to do a little tweak, and then she would do better. All right, let's see the next one, and the only one we have to see before we call it a day. All right, let's see this. Lekon, you wrote this, and you read out what you've written. Okay, let's go by his title. Chuku Raphael, The Unknown Dangers of Wild Animals. Is this headline for a news report or feature article? Please say pause because of time. Okay, nobody is responding. Okay, Nkwoji Michael, is this one under a feature article or a news report? The Unknown Dangers of Wild Animals.
I mean, I don't know. I'll say it's a report.
Reports?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Get this straight, because if by the end of today's lesson you don't get the main difference, it means you've not really done well for yourself. Look at now, get this straight. If it's for the news report, okay, it is always specific. Take for instance, look at this now. Look at these titles we have here. They're always specific. 5 students pass up a scholarship. Landslide claims 200 lives. Okay? But the other one goes into an investigation, analysis. You get? So if we look at Lacon's work, Lacon's title says The Unknown Dangers of Wild Animals. This clearly tells you that this person will go into expressing his viewpoint. You get?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it clearer to you now? Okay, thank you. Lacon, please read out this before we go.
Animals in general should be treated as wild and dangerous before cuddly and cute. Regardless of their size, they could have certain diseases or issues which can make them unpredictable. Caution must always be taken when interacting with untamed animals, and they should never be underestimated. The unfortunate case of Robert Boardman's death is an example which emphasizes the unknown dangers of wild animals. The goat's aggression towards this man is still unsolved. However, many speculate that it is due to a disease. Although instances like this happen, certain cases may change your beliefs on wild animals. In relation to the dangers of wild animals, in the feature article, first catch your feral kitten, then call the experts, Patrick Barkman speaks on how feral cats should be treated to experts, specifically the RSPCA. He expands on the point that although they might seem dangerous, they simply want to survive. This can be a true instance where you should not always treat all animals as dangerous and wild, but you must always be cautious of certain diseases or mental issues they may have, because looks can always be deceiving. Animals that are normally seen as cute and nice, but may cause issues or be dangerous, are truly everywhere. You should always be aware of these things when encountering any animal, regardless of their looks or reputation of being cute, cuddly and cute.
All right, thank you so much for the good reading. Before we go, we just call on who would that be to just help us do a quick one? Okay, Pedro. Pedro, could you please unmute yourself? Okay, no response. Basi, Christopher, please help us. We want to end this lesson now.
Sir. Why are you
Okay,
calling me?
Bas. Okay, yeah, Pedro. Look at this now. Do you think that this writer, Lekan, wrote from his own viewpoint? Are you thinking about your response?
Yes, I'm still thinking about it.
All right. Look at his last paragraph. Are you ready now?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you think he wrote from his own point of view?
No.
No. Why did you say so? Think about it a little. Are you ready now?
So I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. So, let me just ask you the last question. Do you think that this is a feature article or a news report? Okay. Please, there's a background noise. Do you think it is a news report or feature article? Okay, thank you so much. There's a background noise coming from your end. Okay, it's a feature article. Unfortunately, there's a background noise. Let me just say this. Yeah, he actually, from the last paragraph, you see that he expressed his viewpoint. You should always be aware of these things when encountering any animal, regardless of their looks or reputation of being curly and cute. Then I said, oh, Lekon, thank you so much for this. Your strengths, your response is well tailored after the instruction given. You effectively integrated facts from the two texts, the GOAT report and the other one. There's a clear viewpoint, a well-defined structure also is here. But the only weakness is just a misspelling. That's it. So it's just cool, and it got 24 out of 25. This is a very good one. With this, I believe that you guys better understand the difference between the two forms of writing. So let's go to the plenary. We have been able to review the previous lesson, and we also evaluated our performance in the written feature article. Lekon, may I now ask if you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so you clearly understand the difference between the two now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if you want to read more, okay, you can consult this particular link. You already have this in your folder. Click on it and go. For next lesson, we'll have letter writing. So prepare, just check folder and read ahead. All right, thank you guys for being part of today's lesson. Please, this remains the assignment that you guys have. Those of you myself who are yet to respond, try to respond to this and submit today, because I could record this as your test. Do you understand that? Thank you so much. God bless you. You're free to bow out if you have no question. Thank you.